Hey everybody, welcome to J76 Gaming. I am your host, Jimmy Wild, and it has been a long wait, seems like forever, but it's officially next-gen console time. Today I want to talk about the Series S, and for this video, I want to do a quick unboxing that will run through the setup, and then some gameplay and some first impressions. But let's kick this off with a trip to the kitchen for the unboxing. Alright, let's do this. Okay, there's our goodness here. Got a little Microsoft on the box, like that. Those out of the way. Alright, so here we go. Get all of this plastic off of here. There we go. That should let us in. Oh, here we go. We got a little Xbox. Power your dreams. God, this thing's tiny. This is smaller than the PlayStation 2. I would bet. Alright, what else we got in here? Not much in there. Alright, so we have instructions, HDMI, power, and our lovely controller. I'm gonna be careful opening this because I'm probably gonna put it right back because I think I'm gonna use the blue one. But oh yeah. Ooh, that's got a good feel. It's got some really good texture on the back. Thumbsticks feel really smooth. And the D-pad feels good. It's kind of a matte rocker and it feels good. Buttons feel good. Alright, cool. Well, we will get into that in a second. We got a couple batteries in there. Right. And looks like, oops, maybe a 6-footer, 2 meters. Little piece of plastic. Alright, not much going on in here. Of course, I don't know what I was expecting, but alright, so let's get into the good stuff. Leave that there. Power your dreams. Alright. Okay, here we go. Nice. Nice. Here we go. We got a little engraved Xbox in the corner there. That's our input here. Storage, power, HDMI, a couple USBs, and Ethernet. On the front we got USB, and it looks like the sync controller button. Alright, well, that's pretty cool. That's a quick little overview. Like I said, there's not much to it. There's 2 cords, a controller, and an Xbox. So not bad. Let's do this though. Let's get into the controller. I also got to play in charge here, but let's get the controller opened up. Oops. Oh, look at that. That is pretty. I love the blue. Love it. Nice white on the bottom. I think it goes well with the. It goes well with our Xbox here. What do you think? Pretty good. Some batteries. More instructions. And ooh, Game Pass Ultimate code. Cover that back up. All right. Oops. This in there. And hopefully we don't need those batteries because going to the plane charge. It wants me to play so bad it just jumped right out. Alright, plane charge. So not surprisingly, in the plane charge kit there is a nice cable. And I believe these are USB-C. Yeah, USB-C. So that's cool. More instructions. Some instructions out of here. Who needs those? Alright, so I think that's it. I think that's it. I think it's time to hook this sucker up and get some gaming in. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the setup for a minute. So the setup was pretty simple. It was via the Xbox app on my phone. So, just you got your home, kind of your friends on there, but it actually, you can see your screenshots, which I like that. That's pretty cool. Because that's one of the most annoying things that I found last gen was trying to get screenshots off of consoles. But you can also see your consoles on here, which during the setup you actually name, you can give them a name. Like it gives you examples of like, it's the living room Xbox, but I called it Little Buddy because it's small. But anyway, so yeah, about the app, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. On the one hand, it was fairly simple, but it seems kind of unnecessary to have to use the app to set up a new console. I don't know, it feels a little bit too much, but whatever. For the setup, you do the basics. You sign into Microsoft, you name your console, you do some updates. Now, it did take a little bit longer than I thought a brand new console should. So, but we'll talk about that in the first impressions a little bit more. But I will say that it'll be nice to compare it to the Xbox Series X when that arrives. So let's get into first impressions. So, first of all, the console is pretty small. And when I first took it out, I was like, it feels like the same shape and feel and weight of like a PS2. If you guys remember the PS2s, like the original fat PS2s. And then I put it next to the Xbox One X, and I was like, oh, well, the Xbox One X isn't actually that big either. So, I mean, it's way bigger than the Series S, but anyway, it's not that big. That's the point. So first impression of the UI is I kind of like it. It seems a little bit busy, but you can customize it. So, really it's the top is the most recent things that you've looked at, and then you got your games and apps links, and of course we got some ads or I don't know, encouragement to do stuff. And then I did order this, so I want to talk about Game Pass in a second. Game Pass is pretty sweet. But yeah, that's got a, just like I said, some more advertisements. It's not like an advertisement, but it's like, hey, don't you want to play this? And then a couple of the games that I had actually installed on my previous Xbox, because it gives you a chance to import all of your settings. So I don't even have these games installed, but because I imported them from my Xbox One X, they're here now. So anyway, but yeah, so that's kind of the basics here. And then I will say too that the console's really quiet. Like and you can probably hear the controller. The controller is way louder than the console has ever been since I turned it on. It's really quiet. Now, I will say it is also very hot. So I was looking, let's see, we're at 43.5 Celsius, and that is the temperature of the air coming out of the vent. So that's about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's warm. Now, this is the biggest first impression that I had, and that was firing up Ori Will of the Wisp. And now, to be fair, I had not looked at it at somewhere else, but I loaded it up. So we're going to do two things. One, you'll see how long it takes, and then also I want to talk about it. This really hit me. I plugged it in, I fired up Ori, because I had seen someone else say that it was like, hey, this is a really impressive title you should look at. And I was like, okay. It blew me away. And it is, and it feels and looks like next gen. It looks like it fits on these consoles. So I was really, really impressed. Definitely impressed. Now, to be fair, full disclosure is I do have arguably the best gaming TV to hook this up to, so it does look amazing on there. Now, I am actually hooked up to my PC right now, so I'm running onto not as awesome TV and at a lower resolution, and it's pretty good. So if I would have seen this first, I would have been like, it's nice, but it definitely scales with a higher end TV. So but yeah, so let's just take a quick look at some gameplay here. And once again, the purpose of this is to show the loading times, because I don't think it loads as fast as I would hope. That was kind of like the general feeling that I got with this, is like, I thought this was supposed to be like a super speedy SSD that's supposed to load everything lickety split, and it doesn't really feel that way, which is okay, because it's not terrible, but it's just not super speedy. And once again, it'll be nice to compare that to the Xbox Series X when I get that. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at Gears 5, and I'm going to start it loading while I'm talking because it takes a minute. But the reason I'm interested in Gears 5 is this is the first title that I saw that had an Xbox Series optimization and it had ray tracing. So I kind of wanted to see how this looked. But once again, it seems like it takes way too long to load. So maybe this first part is just they wanted to make sure they showed all of the intro stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But when we finally get in, and come on, okay, so we'll sign in, and then we will load again. So you can see in the corner there behind my shoulder, there is actually a loading screen. There's a loading indication. I'm not, like, it's not me waiting to click on a button, you know, that sort of thing. It's just loading. Okay, here we go. So we're in. So we'll go campaign, continue, load a little bit longer, start. Okay. And then we'll wait again. Now this one thankfully isn't as bad, but it's still like, why am I not playing? Okay, here we go. All right, now I will stop whining about load times, and we'll just take a look and see how beautiful this environment is. So, yeah, I mean, look at the shadows, look at the lighting.
All right, looks like it's stim time.
I mean, this is beautiful. So we'll go ahead and cut through the fire. Alright, so let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's see how long it takes to get out of the game. Okay. So, not terrible, but anyways. And I want to do a plug for Game Pass. Because Game Pass is unbelievable. Here we go. Game Pass. 100 plus titles ready to play in this catalog. And I mean, just take a look at all this stuff here. So, I mean, you got a mix of 360, Xbox, you know, the Xbox One, and then find one. Yeah, here it is. So you can see Dead by Daylight there has a little X and S, meaning it's optimized for the new platform. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there are just tons of games. And this is all for your, what, $15 a month? It's not terrible. It's pretty sweet. Hellblade, that's another one. If you haven't played Hellblade, I recommend it. It's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, look, it just keeps going. It is seriously, that's a lot of games for $15 a month. Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, it just keeps on going. Okay, there we go. Finally at the end. But that is a lot of games for $15 a month. So anyway, that's just like a little bit about Game Pass. I really, really recommend. I know it's early, but I don't think you're getting the full experience on an Xbox if you do not have Game Pass. That's just my opinion, but take that for what it's worth. All right, that's all I wanted to go over today. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope this gives you a little sneak peek into what the Xbox Series S looks like and is capable of. But stay tuned for more. I will have Sony PlayStation 5 unboxing and first impressions coming up soon. And hopefully, if Amazon gets me my Xbox Series X, I will have that as well. But thanks again, and I will see you soon.